kind of gonna be like raw and uncut. It's just every time I want to do something. Wait for a second. Hi, my name is Keisha Watson. If you're new here, this is From Your Big Sister, a series where we talk about things that desperately need to be talked about, or I talk about whatever I have on my mind. Um, Now, I'm not sure if I've already made this video, which I probably did, but I don't think I posted. Um, I want to talk about a second puberty. Now, this video, even though most of my videos are dedicated to little girls or indoor boys that's growing up, this video is dedicated to probably someone around their mid-20s. And this video topic is called the second puberty. Now, you thought your first period was the worst, and I honestly think I would rather prefer my first period than my second puberty, and I'll explain. So, we all know what puberty is. If you don't know what puberty is right. Um, it's just a natural thing, and this video is actually going to relate to both girls and boys. So, when you go through a puberty, you're going through, of course, and it also includes an identity shift. It also includes a perspective change. It also includes not only physical changes within your body, but you also release certain chemicals within your body and you go to your brain about it. Now, with that being said, the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to your second puberty is your emotional, intellectual growth. Your emotional maturity is what I wrote down. Um, it's really no joke. And the reason why I say that because I feel like when I hit my emotional maturity finally within the second year of being on this earth, second decade. I'm going on my third decade. I feel like the emotional maturity that came with my second puberty is so unmatched and it's so crazy and it has me tweaking out so bad that I know for a fact that our spiritual beliefs aside, it's just like it's not something nobody really told me about. It's like they did tell me about it, but I feel like the way that I should have been told about it has to be told specifically for the girlies and the guys, girlies, the you know, I don't know. It should specifically be told to people, persons alike that's like me. I need the truth, or I need to be told for what it is. So I think what happened was people told me like, oh, you're gonna get older, and those friends that you have now are not gonna be your friends no more. Great. When you tell me something, great. When you tell me something like that, I'm thinking that okay, we're gonna fall off, and automatically I go, it's not going to be something I did because truthfully, I mean, I've said this before as well. Um, it's usually not me. I know that sounds like a bit uppity about myself, but as you, if you haven't picked up, or as you will see later on, I'm a really big person on like not trying to offend nobody or overly trying to like be in the relationship. Well, that's how I once was. I'm not really like that no more. I am like that for people that I actually care about, but I have to grow a boundary. But that's a conversation for like, way on. Well, let me just say it like this then. When they tell me that, it's like no, say it just like that. It's about to say, no, right. So when they tell me that, I'm thinking like, okay, something is gonna happen, and we're not gonna be friends no more. But it's not even just about a person, place, or a thing happen. No one actually tells me within like how self is gonna be or could be a possibility on why you're not gonna be friends with that person anymore. So when I'm sitting here and I'm going through my own shit in life, you don't really consider other people and what they're going through in life. It's not a natural reaction people do, or it's not something that, you know, non considerate people actually factor in. So I'm going through my things in life and I'm just thinking like, you know, oh, I'm just, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm hurt, da 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 da. But then as soon as I see someone else, I'm thinking like, oh, They probably got a lot going on. This is, this economy sucks. Gas is fucked up. I'd be angry too. And then it clicked for me. It's like I don't show myself that same grace when it comes to things that I'm going through. That is me allowing myself the same consideration that I'm not giving myself the same grace that I give other people. So when I'm sitting here and I am talking to people that I've talked to my whole life, and suddenly they do something that I'm like normally don't react to, or I'm normally not as strong on my boundaries about. Um, of course, now that I'm aware that life is only happening to me because I'm allowing it to happen to me in certain aspects, or I didn't say no when I was supposed to say no, or I didn't act this way when I should have been acting this way, or I didn't teach myself these things. Of course, now that I have all this knowledge about me, I have to now rearrange myself and my boundaries to match this knowledge so I can continue to heading in a way that I'm sorry, heading in a direction in life that I want to go in. Is it charging? It is. And I'm sitting here and I have all these knowledge and I have these boundaries that I'm gonna put into place, and I'm enforcing these boundaries behind whatever the fuck I think I can. It's not really set it right with the other person, and that's fine. That's okay. But when you are coming aware of these different emotions, how different body reactions, how these different emotions, how your body reacts to certain things, or if you come aware what a side eye is, or what I can't tell you. The first time I realized somebody was being funny, I cannot tell you how confused I was. Like when you become aware to the opposite side of body language because your brain has grown to understand what these things are, or how someone can side eye attack you for something. It is crazy, and it really causes you to behave a different type of way, and it causes you to really come under the assumption of something that you really naturally don't know. So now you're conflicted on if you're tripping or if they really been doing this whole time and they were taking advantage of the fact that you didn't know what this was. So now you feel disrespected. It's so crazy. Your secondary period and the emotional intelligence that it comes with it, that you're now growing to get, is it's wild, because then you have consequences from your own actions that you now aware that you can take. You have your own girl, it's just a lot. Um, the second thing that I want to talk about when it comes to your second puberty is the action phase. When you have the knowledge and you have the understanding, and especially when you know that you're in your own way, when it comes to you taking action, it's going to be so unmatched. I'm not going to say that you're simply going to be consistent with something, but you're going to be able to identify certain things that you really could have done or you could be doing that can take for a better turn. So waking what I sound like bro. Waking up one day and realizing damn, I'm almost this age and I'm not having this like everybody else. I'm only using that because it's a common situation and everybody relates to that. But when you realize that something that you wanted could have been happened, and all you needed to do was take action behind it, it's different. You get a different frustration, and I understand that it's frustration because once I hit my second puberty and I realized I was angry all the time, I kept asking myself, bitch, what the fuck are you mad about? What exactly is going on that is making you be so pissed? Nobody's saying anything to you, nobody's around you, nobody even did nothing to you, so what the fuck exactly are you mad about? And I hate to say it, shawty love do trip sometimes. I do be tripping. I do be tripping. And that's a tough pill for me to swallow because I don't like being the cause of something, because I don't really care for the reaction of once I'm causing something. But I do be tripping sometimes. Sometimes I do be tripping. I'm not really here to enforce the consistency that you have to learn when it comes to action, because your consistency might not look like my consistency. I've spoken about the power of being consistency and the power of being consistency. I've spoken about what the power of consistency is, or what it does, or how great it is overall. But there's just some lapse in life that I'm not able to speak about just yet, or there's just some lapse in life that I'm able to speak about and you can't relate to. Or if you're like me, you can get a understanding because you had a close enough situation to be able to relate to it. But there's things that people are missing, and we've only ever collectively vocally discussed about, and we've only waited for those moments to actually think, believe, or move and take action. So if you ever know in life, it's like you're a child up to the age of being a baby. So you're a baby up until you're about like two, and then once you're two, you're a child, and you're a child up until like you're 11 or 12, and then once you're 11 and 12, and then it's like, oh, you a little girl, you're a little boy, you're only a little boy and a little girl for 2 or 3 years, because once you hit 15, 16, then you're a teenager, and then you're a teenager up until you're 18, and then when you're 18, you're grown. So it's like you don't really have much time to really be educated on what exactly it is that you should be going through in certain phases in life. Like, we miss a great deal of shit. So I've actually wrote it down because I wanted to make sure I say it right. So you have your first period, and then your preteen. A preteen is like 10 to 12. When you hit your teens, you're officially a teen. So, of course, you're a baby, you're a toddler, you're a child, you're a preteen. So, a baby, of course, is like from 0 to 12 months, and then you're a toddler, which is 1 to about 3 or 4. What is it? 5T? 5T? Yeah, three to 4. This is why these things are listed on our post. I'm just saying. So from newborn to 12 months, you're a baby, and then from 1 to 5T, you're a toddler, and then from like to 8, 6 to 8, you're a child. I'm sorry, to 6 to 10. I want to say 6 to 10, you're a child, and then it's 12 to like 13, because now you're officially in your teens. So your teen years are very short. It feels big because of how big we make it, but that's usually what it is. And then so you're 12 to 13, you're a preteen, and then it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like you're a teenager, like you're officially a teenager, and then it's your 20s, and then it's your late 20s. I like to think of this as a young adult phase, because I know a lot of times when you're in your 20s, like myself, people like to think like, oh, you're grown, you're old. Well, no, baby, I'm really not, because there's so much more years that comes. I'm not grown. I don't know everything. I haven't figured out everything. I'm still trying to puzzle together everything. I'm still wrong about a lot of shit. I still call my mom and dad about a lot of shit. So I don't like to consider myself an adult. Even I think if I was like, I don't think even then, because I think I still would be having to call, like, not even for financial reasons. I would be like, hey mom, I read this paper and I really don't know what the fuck it said. Like, I'm still young and innocent minded. But I'm a young adult when you're in your late 20s. From your late 20s, you're still a young adult to me personally. You don't have nothing together and you're probably still at home. Encourage it. Then it's your 30s, and then it's your mid 30s. You most likely, I like to think in your 30s, you most likely figured out what you did wrong and what you want to do better. And you probably had like a semi midlife crisis, I like to think, and you've done convinced yourself like, damn, I'm 30 years old and I haven't did this, and then suddenly, you done had grandchildren commonly enough. You done had grandchildren, and you're ready to be a different person because you now are looking at a new life other than the life you brought into this world. Um, then it's your 40s, and then it's your mid 40s. Now, I know your 40s, we have three different phases in our 40s. I like to think of it as, your 40s, you did a bit of the groundwork, and then you have your mid 40s where the knowledge has now bit you in the ass, and now you done belt to ass, and now when you're early 40s, you put it down, and now you're like, action, 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 action. And then it's in your late 40s, and now you're like, damn, I really did it. And you're happy and you're satisfied. And now you're in your third puberty as your 40s, because They say menopause usually hit right here, right now, but I don't typically know. You got early menopause for all I know. But your 40s is hit. You've hit your third period in life, and I can't really speak on that. I'm not there yet. I don't really have. I don't. I do, but I don't know if they're willing to be on it. But that's okay. But now you're 50s and you're 60s, and again, I don't really know what you do at that phase in life, but you get what I'm saying? And then the last thing they talk about when it comes to your second puberty is with all of that coming together, you go through another body change. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you heard of like this is your grown woman body, or oh you'll get your grown woman body later to where like you're bony as shit, and then like suddenly out of nowhere you kind of just blew up, and now you got hips, dips, ass, titties, and wow. Ooh, goes to the change. I feel like a lot of times we got stuck in our innocent mind or our team. Like we get, I feel like once your body changes, you're kind of stuck in whatever time in life where it seems like life frozen for you. So you're starting to mirror that on the outside. So you're probably still wearing skinny jeans and you're probably like 30 years old. Why are you 30 years old still wearing skinny jeans? Or you're probably like 40 something years old and well, I'm not saying it as a hate thing, but it's just more of an example. Like if you're wearing skinny jeans and they're similar to no hate, no shade, no tea. You do what you want to do. Like I'm not here to slander. I'm just here to give a visual example. But if you're wearing skinny jeans that is similar to a pair of skinny jeans that you can find in your like 10-year-old daughter's closet or your 10-year-old niece has, not even saying like, oh, we're matching outfits for the party type shit. Like you just have everything in your closet that's identical to your 10-year-old niece's shit. I just feel like like we gotta figure out where's the disconnect at. Why haven't you developed or grown within your taste of fashion that you don't feel like you should be dressed into who you are now? You're not 14 anymore. Your stomach isn't just gonna be slim anymore. Like, why would you want to keep wearing these tight clothes because you feel like, that it's sexy and it's hot, but you're not taking on the understanding that you have to get the body to match the clothes if you're going to be a heavier set. Like, I've never seen someone, I don't want to say it like that. Essentially, what I'm saying is that if you dress to your body, now that your body is going through something else, life would be easier. I just came to the realization that I'm not a small no more. Like that is crazy to me. I've been a small my whole life, and I'm just now getting later in age, and I can't fit a small. Now I'm bumping up a size. I'm just saying, like I know I'm not saying it to complain, but it's just different because I have to dress to someone that I'm meeting for the first time, and it's weird, and it's very weird, but it's really exciting because it's like it's like meeting somebody else that I live with every day. I know that was quite lame of me, but that's all I have for today's episode. I hope you get the raw and uncut version because I kind of think that's more fun when it comes to talking about your big sister. Plus, I want this to be more of a podcast feel, and I feel like podcasters don't have the opportunity to cut. So I'll see you in the next one.